Hi, good morning, afternoon, or evening, depending on when you come across this video. Welcome to Joe Unfiltered, a channel where we say it as it is, unsugar-coated, unfiltered. Once again, we are back here to discuss some issues happening around the country, and today I want us to take a look at the El-Rufai saga. I'm sure you're already familiar with the El-Rufai issue, where he was arrested about 38 or 39 days ago on his return from Egypt. Now, the ICPC attempted to arrest him, which eventually didn't work out, and he turned himself in and he was eventually detained. I'm sure we're all familiar with all the stories. The last time they were in court, his lawyers, I mean El-Rufai's lawyers, were asking for bail while the ICPC lawyers were opposing the bail, after which the judge fixed today, March 31st, as the date for him to give his ruling on the bail application. Now, let's backtrack a little. When El-Rufai was detained, I saw a lot of comments from opposition and supporters of the government, both for and against his detention. I even remembered I had a discussion with someone who happens to be opposed or an opposition to the government, and he was of the view that El-Rufai's arrest was a mere witch hunt. And I remember telling him, well, with the way corruption is in Nigeria, if the government truly wants to fight corruption, they might not be able to arrest everyone at once. So let's give the government a benefit of doubt, the benefit of doubt to say, okay, maybe they have started, fighting corruption, and it's unfortunately started with El-Rufai. So, those for the government or supporters of the government are saying this is an evidence of the Tinubu administration fighting corruption, while the oppositions are saying this is a mere witch hunt. So fast forward to what happened, I think 3 days ago, before the 31st of March, which was supposed to be the date for ruling on the bail application. The ICPC miraculously released the former executive governor of Kaduna State, Nasir El-Rufai. Now, when I heard of that release, I became dumbfounded, because it then means that, I don't know, it is one of two things, in my opinion. It is either El-Rufai has done nothing in the first instance, or the government, or ICPC in this case, had no reason to detain him in the first place, or the government is taking us for a ride. Except if lawyers will explain to me how someone who is before a judge can be granted bail without the judge, or someone else outside the judge in front of whom he is standing trial, to grant him bail. This, in my opinion, rightly or wrongly, is pointing to the fact that the arrest, to a large extent, is a witch hunt. If not, why then was the man released before the date of the ruling on his bail application? The judiciary, in this case, is being taken for granted, in my opinion, if someone who is standing trial will be granted bail on compassionate ground, or whatever nomenclature is given to it. Now, let's get it right. I am personally happy that Malam El-Rufai was released for him to at least bury his mother. However, it does not change the fact that we have to do things right and by the books if we want to be a serious country. So if the government, or the ICPC in this case, is telling us, okay, because he lost his mom, we release him on compassionate ground to go and bury his mom, how many Nigerian prisoners have lost their moms while in detention? And how many were released to go and bury their moms? It is unfortunate. There are just so many questions begging for answers. We will wait and hear within the next few days if the ICPC will clarify what exactly happened in this case. Else, some of us who are assuming that this is a witch hunt will be right all the way. As we call it a day, I leave us with a line, especially to the authorities. You can fool some people sometimes, but you cannot fool all the people all the time. Thank you very much, and see you next time.
Can fool some people sometimes, but you can't fool all the people all the time.